Thank you so much for joining us.
This is an election year. On June 5th, we head to the polls to cast your vote in the primary.
So we want to help you be an educated voter. So we've invited people who are running for office to stop by a great day so you can just get to know them.
Kelly Miller is here. She's running for Fresno City Council, District 2. Thanks a lot for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Let's talk about District 2. Where is it, and what do you think it's best known for?
Well, District 2 is everything north of Shaw to the river and west of Blackstone, out to west of Grantland. It's a large district. It's known for just being a great area to live and raise a family.
Well, why did you decide to run for this office?
You know, I'm tired of politics as usual. I'm not a politician. I'd love to have my district represented by someone who is a citizen of the community, knows the issues in the community from having lived there for almost 30 years. I've raised our 7 children there, and I believe I know the district well, and I want to represent the people of District 2 from knowledge rather than from an outsider view. I don't like politics as usual. 2 of my candidates that are running against me actually rented rooms in the district to run for this office. So I don't feel confident in people who move into a district to represent it and don't know the issues.
So what do you think are the most important issues for those who live in this region, your neighbors?
Well, currently, crime is our #1 problem in District 2. We've seen a rise in burglaries, and I believe that with being 100 policemen less now than we were 3 years ago, we need to change that. We have to educate the people of our community and how to protect themselves, and we need to make sure that we have the resources from our public safety sector that will keep us safe.
Well, with budget cuts and tax base dropping and a lot of cities in trouble financially, how do you propose to, let's say, increase the police force and do some of the programs you would like to do?
Awesome.
I know that I have an opponent that talks about grants all the time. The city of Fresno is always on top of grants. We have to find a revenue source that is steady and constant, and that's why I propose to really include a lot of people in the know and go after state income tax. The state actually takes 100% of our income tax. They mandate a lot of issues for the city to have to handle, and they give us no funds for that. I want to go after the state income tax. It's our money. It's our tax dollars. I want them to refund 5% of that to our community for public safety and other communities in the state of California. It would be a steady source of revenue, and I believe our city needs that to be able to do any kind of long-term planning for our public safety sector.
How do you go about getting that money from the state?
You do it as an initiative. You do it as a proposition. And trust me, there's a lot of other cities who are as concerned about this financing for their public safety sectors as we are. And it'll be a force to reckon with.
Well, we're always talking about downtown Fresno, and over the years it seems to have lost a lot of the businesses. Now there's a plan to revitalize downtown Fresno. How do you feel about that, and what do you propose?
I do not believe that we can use taxpayer dollars to revitalize downtown Fresno right now when we have the issues that we do with our core services. I believe private market forces are what will stimulate downtown and other areas that are facing some blight issues. And I think the city itself has to provide the core services that it needs to for these businesses to be able to push those programs in downtown Fresno or along Blackstone or West Shaw. We need to be efficient at a City Hall. We need to be efficient, we need to be solution-oriented, and we certainly need to have a strong customer service base. So,
tell us about your personal and your professional background that you think qualifies you for this.
Sure. My husband and I have been married 42 years, and we've owned a business here in Fresno. We have stores in Sacramento in the Bay Area.
What's the store?
Bullard Uniforms. We do medical uniforms, and we've owned and operated those for 17 years. I know what budgets are. I know what making a payroll is. I understand customer service, which I think is super important to anyone who's in politics. So that's one of my qualifications, that as a parent of 7 children, I've been involved in the community for many years. And I believe this all gives me the experience and the determination to do the things that need to be done for our city.
Now, you said you are a business owner. You have a business in 3 different cities, which brings you into contact with other areas of the state. When it comes to having a business, do you find it easier to deal with local government and state government, or have you found it more difficult?
You know, a lot depends on the business. We've been established for 17 years, so our contact with government is minimal. We have the issues of normal business. But I find so many of the people that I have interfaced with in this district have trouble dealing with the local business, and it's what affects us daily. Not being able to get plans through, not being able to get an issue resolved, and that's not how our city needs to be handling its citizens' issues. I want to make sure that from administration down, we know that businesses are an asset to our community, and we recognize that and treat them as that asset.
Mm-hmm. You talk about being frustrated with business as usual within politics. So many times people say they're so sick of the way things have been done, so let's have a clean slate. Let's get rid of the politicians and bring in new people. But then all of a sudden people say, well, wait, they don't know the ropes. They don't know how to deal with all the bureaucracy. What do you say to people out there who aren't sure? They might not like business as usual, but they're afraid to go with somebody who's never done it before.
You know, I have to tell you, anybody that is capable of running a campaign and being involved in a campaign today is capable of learning what needs to be done for their community and their city, and learning the ins and outs of what is going on at the city. So, you know, all of the candidates are great. We're people who are capable of self-educating ourselves, and I say go for the citizen candidate. Go for the person who has your interest at heart, and that would be me.
And why do you think you are the best person to tackle all these challenges?
You know, I have some great endorsements. I have 300,000 Central Valley veterans who have endorsed me. Assemblywoman Linda Halderman, former Mayor Alan Autry, thousands of citizens in this community and community leaders. I have the experience of running my own business. I have the experience of raising a family and handling the issues that occur in this district with those kind of situations. In fact, 5 of my 7 children have chosen District 2 to live in and to establish businesses in. So I believe I have the most contact with the individuals in this community, and I plan to be a council person that is totally accessible and able to be gotten hold of. I do not want a gatekeeper. I want my cell phone number out there, and I want you to be able to call me and let me know what the issue is for you.
All right. Kelly Miller, thank you very much for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you for allowing me to be on.
Absolutely. Running for Fresno City Council, District 2. If you would like to learn more about Kelly Miller, we have a link for you on our website. Just go to kmph.com, click News Links. It's right there on the homepage. Coming up on Great Day.